right, you chipmunks. Ready to sing your song?
I'll say we are. Yeah, let's sing it now.
Okay, Simon?
Okay.
Okay, Theodore?
Okay.
Okay, Alvin? Alvin? Alvin!
Welcome, survivor of the apocalypse.
This is Paul Sading, the creator of Atheist Apocalypse. As always, I wanted to take a few moments before we got into the episode to have a little conversation with you all, since nobody else on the team allows me to voice act. This is the final episode of Atheist Apocalypse for Season 1. As with any season finale, there are some things that may disturb you in this episode. We here at Atheist Apocalypse would like to leave the legal disclaimer that we're not responsible for any broken hearts. We would like to assure you, as far as we know, that no one was actually harmed in any of the skits of this episode. If you like what we've created for you for this season, go over to facebook.com/Atheist Apocalypse Podcast. Give that page a like. Follow the news. Beatrice Johnson, the mysterious government entity, and even our sports guy Artie are out there on Facebook as well. You can go find them there. We would really appreciate your help getting found in the comedy category. Head over to your iTunes, Stitcher, Spreak, or wherever you get this show from and leave us a nice rating. 5 stars with a couple comments to help other people decide whether or not they want to actually check out a show that has the word atheist in the title. Lastly, we would like to keep bringing this show to you for free. If you like what we do without any of the commercials, except the silly ones that we create, please consider becoming a patron. You can do that on our website, atheistapocalypse.com. Click on the episodes tab. Right there at the top are 2 links to take you to either Patreon or PayPal, where you can do one-time or recurring donations to the show. All these forms of support are greatly appreciated. Now, on a programming note, like I said, this will be the last episode for the season. Myself and the rest of the creative staff are busy working on Season 2, and we have been for over a month now. We're not going away, but the show will be taking a break. I would like to believe that none of you will remove us from your subscriptions. Have faith. You won't hear from us for a while. However, come the end of January for patrons and the beginning of February for the rest of you, Season 2 of Atheist Apocalypse will launch. We will be back with some of the lovable and despisable characters that you have come to know since August of 2015. And there may just be some new folks for you to meet. Again, there's a very special treat at the end of this episode, the brainchild of my partner in crime, Brian Bristol. It's a neat little treat for all of you to enjoy. Some people make some appearances that you might not be expecting. It's been a very successful first season, with over 50 countries downloading thousands of downloads for a small-time show in the comedy category. We even made the top 200 of iTunes couple times during the season. All told, we're absolutely thrilled. We're loving this project. We're loving talking and hearing from you. And we're utterly surprised that a number of you have not found some of the secret things that we've been putting in these episodes. Maybe you'll have better luck in Season 2. With that being said, there are some very important things to get to in this episode. The world as you know it will not be the same. And on that cheery note, survivors of the apocalypse, I wish you a very happy holidays, an absolutely wonderful and safe new year, and we'll see you in 2016.
Hey, this is Cecil.
And Tom from Cognitive Dissonance. Cecil.
Yeah.
I am exquisitely unhappy. Did you look
What?
out your window recently?
I actually can't move that close to the window.
Yeah.
So my girth keeps me away from the window.
Well, that's a good thing, because if you did, you would notice apocalypse. We are post-apocalyptic, Cecil.
Brian Fisher was right.
This is Brian Fisher, Rick Wiles, they're all right.
Harold Camping.
Yeah, the last thing I heard was the maniacal laughing of Obama right before the bombs hit.
What? Fuck.
Distressingly,
Oh, that's
despite
terrible.
all of my best efforts, we have survived the apocalypse.
I'll be fine for like a couple of years. You know, like I left that guy, that Martian guy that left him on Mars for like 4 years. Like, I'll be fine just sustaining myself for 4 years.
I've already eaten my children. Like, I heard the whistle of the bomb, and I ate both of my children. It hadn't even detonated.
Not even surprised.
Yeah.
What's on your biscuit? Vodka and eggnog gets me so ditzy. Ditzy like dumb.
Welcome to Atheist Apocalypse, a fictional comedy podcast for reason. All of the characters you are about to meet are fictional and do not represent real people, except when they do. Either way, we welcome you to the show and would like to encourage you to head over to atheistapocalypse.com for more information about the show, as well as details on how you can contribute to help keep the lights on. After all, this is the apocalypse, and we could definitely use all the help we can get. Thank you!
Welcome, listeners. I'm Jake Leminski, and I'm your host for news. Or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm Beatrice Johnson, your other host at KUSA 9 News at 9, your news authority for the Tri-Counties. You doing okay tonight, Jake?
Huh? Oh. Yeah, I guess.
Jake, if you're not up to doing the broadcast tonight, it's totally understandable. I can handle this by myself. It's not like we've got much going on in the Tri-Counties other than all the ravenous banana spiders, roving gangs of dogs, patchouli fights, an almost non-existent police force, and a mysterious yet omnipresent government that doesn't seem to want to actually do anything except make completely arbitrary decisions. If you need to take the night off, I can cover whatever we have going on. Or Tyler could fill in for you.
It's just... I can't believe it. It can't be real.
Jake, I honestly thought you'd be elated tonight. I drove to the station tonight dreading having to face you because I thought you'd be your obnoxious self, what with all this news coming in from around the area, but I guess not. Whatever's going on with you has to be pretty serious. I just wish I knew what I could do to help.
No. No one can help me. Not anymore.
Tyler, can you grab Jake a water and some of those wafers the Catholic Diocese of the Greater Tri-Counties and Lesser Capacity for Compassion donated this afternoon? There's a mountain of them in the green room, and I'm sure no one would mind if we take a few before our potluck.
I'm doing this for you.
You're such a dear. Until he gets back, I'm going to run with our leading news story. It appears that...
Just what are we going to do? I'm so lost. I don't know what to do with my hands.
For God's sake, what are you talking about?
My faith. What do I do with my faith?
Hey. Sorry. Here's your Christ cookies, Jake. Listen, B, I'm sorry. I was gonna give you this release earlier, but Jake stopped me in the hallway just before we went live and grabbed the papers right from my hand. Well, he read the release and he's kind of been catatonic since.
Why? What's in the report?
You'll definitely want to see for yourself.
Well, this hardly makes for good radio.
Either way, you're gonna want to see what it says.
Okay.
Look at him. He's drooling on his mic.
This is earth-shattering if it's true.
Well, it looks that way. These came in off the wire about 10 minutes ago, conveniently, right before we came on air. That's how Jake saw it already. He's kind of learned to hang around the fax machine before broadcast. I tried to tell him it was your story, not to read it, but you know how he gets. I knew you'd be able to break the news to him better than if he read it himself. You know he's kind of the polar opposite of a skeptic.
It just can't be real. The humanity. Or, divinity. I can't even keep track anymore. This can't be real. I literally can't even right now.
People of the Tri-Counties, prepare yourselves. I'm afraid I have to announce that...
You know you can't wait for season 2, right? So go stalk all of us on Facebook. Tell us how funny we are.
These broadcast interruptions aren't getting any less annoying.
There's no reason to even talk about anything going on in the Tri-Counties anymore.
It should be noted that Jake's opinions do not necessarily reflect the opinions of station management, and we will continue to bring you news as long as it breaks.
No one that matters is here to care.
I'd really like to get back to the release we received a few moments ago, but on second thought, without being able to confirm its source, it would be rather irresponsible to report anything more on the matter. Journalistic integrity is something most of us here at KUSA 9 News at 9 truly value. Way more than those amateur podcasters, dare I say, am broadcasters do. Tyler and Sarah are aggressively investigating the case. When we hear something, you'll know something.
So, the news isn't actually fact just yet?
I don't want to give you or anyone like you false hope, Jake. Let's just move on for now, okay?
Well, in that case, I guess we should keep going. We've received another letter from a listener. Center yourself. Professionalism. You can do this, Jake. It's been a long time since we heard from Benny Baker of Sandstone. But it appears he's back with a vengeance. Benny writes, Dear KUSA 9, don't judge me. I've been a little preoccupied lately and haven't had the time to write because of ... certain obligations. But with the holiday season upon us, I felt compelled to write. I drove by your station this past weekend and noticed it was adorned with traditional winter holiday decor to include Christmas, Hanukkah, St. Nicholas Day, Eid, Fiesta of Our Lady Guadalupe, and even St. Lucia Day, ... However, I noticed one holiday in particular was missing. Where are the Chinese New Year decorations? Does it not deserve representation? Is this yet another example of white oppression? It doesn't matter that the Chinese New Year isn't until February. What matters is the sentiment, the inclusion. And judging by your actions, you've made it a clear statement how important the Chinese are to you. I had hoped that with the disappearance of that horrible overlord Jake Lemmingstein, things would have improved at KUSA 9. But I was obviously mistaken. ... My disgust cannot be measured. Benny Baker, Sandstone. Thanks, Benny. Station management took swift action after receiving your letter and included any decorations they could find to represent the Chinese New Year. We also put Tyler's roommate in a dragon costume. We have him running around the lawn for a couple hours each day for the next few months. Our sincerest thanks to... Bald?
It's Bill.
I'm reading this paper, and it looks like Bald to me.
Still definitely Bill.
Not only has the station addressed the Chinese New Year, but also a number of other token holidays people felt were underrepresented. Included on our now very crowded property in front of the studio are decorations for Wear Brown Shoes Day, Bathtub Party Day, Mitten Tree Day, and National Roof Over Your Head Day, just to name a few. Station management says, we hope this ridiculously overreaching display settles the offense for everyone in the Tri-Counties. Speaking of holidays, let's head over to the two guys who bring the party real hard. Max and Andy with the weather.
This tree really brings a person closer to Krampusnacht.
Fantastic.
Do they still even make wooden Krampusnacht trees?
This little green one here seems to need a home.
I don't know, Max. Remember what the Emperor said? This doesn't seem to fit the modern spirit. He was adamant about displaying some kind of torture device as reverence.
But you know what? I don't care. I'll decorate it. It'll be just right for our Krampusnacht. We're back!
Oh, jeez. Boy, are you stupid, Max?
What kind of tree is that? You were supposed to get a good tree. Don't you know the difference between a good tree and a dead tree?
I told you he'd goof it up. He's not the kind of guy you can trust to do anything right. You're hopeless, Max. Completely hopeless.
Rats.
I already thought you were dumb, Max. But this time, you've removed all doubt.
I guess you're right, Andy. I shouldn't have picked this tree. Everything I do turns into a disaster. Does anyone know what Krampusnacht is all about?
Sure, Mac. I can tell you what Krampusnacht is all about. Lights, please. The story begins with a 4th century bishop named Saint Nicholas. A generous bishop who would throw nickels at poor people and give toys to fat kids. 1,000 years later, the Krampus was born, the yin to Saint Nick's yang. By the time of the Renaissance, stories arose of Santa's evil twin, the Krampus. For generations, bad children have been tortured into good behavior by being beaten by the Krampus with whips and chains. If they were bad enough, Krampus would stuff them into his basket and ship them right off to hell. In the beginning of the 20th century, during World War I, the Krampus took power in Germany. Immediately after the war, the Krampus became more interested in the activities of pregnant mothers. The Krampus was known to imbue children in the womb with evil powers, to carry on his work and control the world with an army of wizards and an iron fist. His plans did not work, and those children were burned as witches on evergreen trees. Just like yours, to mask the yucky smell of burning flesh. And now, we celebrate the Krampus by putting creepy little elves in our houses that move around in the night and watch you. Always watching.
Jesus, Artie.
Jesus, Artie.
Artie.
Huh? Oh. Where would we be without your holiday cheer, boys? Finest meteorologists around.
Can we still call them that?
I'm certain I heard Jesus in there somewhere. Perhaps the War of Christmas is finally over. Holiday travel should surely be safer thanks to you. Before she disappeared for the holidays, Venice was able to pre-record her segment for this broadcast. The prospect of that initial, highly disturbing news release being inaccurate has elated me to the point of no return. I have to pee, so let's slip Venice's vibrato in here, allowing me a chance to drain the main one-eyed snake, also named Jake.
Gross.
Hello, my lovelies. First of all, let me wish you all a happy Yule and a merry Mithras. I'm afraid that your friend Venice hasn't had much time for celebrating, though, 'cause Mia is still trying to figure out who the strange man in the vortex is, and sadly she hasn't made a whole lot of progress. The only other thing he has said to her is rusty car, and you'll remember from my last blog that B was mentioned. B and a rusty car? We are stumped, my lovelies. Perhaps he'll feel more like sharing over Yule. Things in the penthouse have been a right mess of bad vibrations. Horace came home from his new job last night in such a foul mood. I'm still not sure how a dead person can have a job, but I guess he needs to do something with himself since he got tired of scaring people in public libraries. All he said was that he couldn't believe what they were doing, and that he never agreed to this sham. I have no idea what he's talking about, but he just would not shut up about it all night, even though he wouldn't actually tell me anything specific. He would mutter to himself things like, "They want to believe," and "woe for the truth." I managed to get in touch with Mystic Minerva's cousin, Mystic Minnie, this afternoon, and asked her what I can do. I think Horace might be having a mid-death crisis. Minnie told me to do the chant of the paladin around Horace 9 times before he pretends to go to bed, and light a pink candle by his side of the bed for a week. If that doesn't sort him out, I don't know what will. I also have to figure out what one gets a dead person for Yule. I was going to see if Cosmea could get Marilyn to pop through the vortex for a visit, but she's too occupied with that strange man. Maybe I'll just send Gary on an extended holiday. I'm sure Horace will like that. He just can't seem to get on with Gary for some reason. Perhaps the added peace will help settle Horace down. So, until the holidays are concluded, my lovelies, remember that the truth is whatever makes you happy, and reality is whatever we believe it to be. Namaste.
Happy holidays. Back to you, Venice. Anyway, I'd like to get to the bottom of the important breaking news we received at the top of the broadcast, but Tyler and Sarah are still out gathering information. I hope they come back with some solid intel soon. Tyler has a bit of a silver tongue and can usually get people talking, among other things. Yeah, it's great.
So, yeah, let's take you over to sports until those two moderately attractive kids, both fresh out of college and in their sexual prime, return from their adventures. They're probably not doing anything other than investigating, for sure. Investigating each other's genitalia. Take it away, Artie.
Hey, guys. So there's an ambulance on its way to us right now? I found Artie on the ground next to a dumpster while I was taking out the trash. He's covered in blood, and it kind of looks like he's pissed himself. Should I touch him? Or, wait, I was my Boy Scout troop's first aid instructor. But there's so much blood and urine.
Tyler, poke him. See if he moves. Sorry, not time for laughter. See if he moves.
Don't forget to remove your mic before you...
Artie! Hey, man. You okay? Artie? Hey, guys, he's not responding to
Hey there, sailor. Oh. Tyler, even better. What are you doing in my house?
We're nowhere near your house, dude. You are covered in blood. Are you okay?
Oh, Glob, no. Not again.
Art! He just ran off into the woods. WT frig is happening?
Typical Artie. This time of year, there are at least 3 major active sports in America. And this is what his reports consist of?
Clearly, something terrible has happened to Artie, and that's all you've got to say?
So unprofessional.
Once again, Tyler was there for another staff member, and where were you? Half paying attention and half making paper footballs?
Did you not hear how awful that sounded? People like me don't need to be bothered with business like that. I'll save my concern for the aliens.
I'm afraid to ask which aliens you might be referring to.
Since it appears Artie just volunteered to be unemployed, I guess Tyler is our new sports guy.
And why is that?
Ah! Where are you? How did you get in here so quickly? Oh, the call is active. Never mind. Well, I mean, you found Artie, right? This is like finders keepers, or if you smelt it, you dealt it. Either way, I'm pretty sure this is how sports casting goes. So congrats, Tyler. I'm sure you'll easily meet the standard of reporting that Artie set. Don't say I never said anything nice about you. Well, the news doesn't stop as we apparently head toward the climax of this broadcast. And maybe our lives. Field reporter Rick Beckley has something special for us. What's happening out there, Rick?
It's almost time for my segment. Where is this guy?
I'll try and call him. He wanted to meet at Logan's Grove at this exact time. He said he'd be here. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, I knew I shouldn't have let you handle this. Now we're probably not even going to get the interview. And I, Rick Beckley, always get my interview.
Really? Because according to my calculations, you've held exactly 1 interview since the disappearances began. Do you need me to bring up the concerned citizen Bick Reckley scam you tried to pull on the listeners? Station management almost cut my internship because of that stunt.
Yeah, that's pretty quick thinking. What do you mean, one? Are you forgetting about the psychic?
Yeah, the one that got hit by a bus before the interview?
Still counts. Plus, that was hardly my fault. Hey, what about that stellar interview with the mysterious government entity?
Audio or it didn't happen.
You know it happened. You were there.
Haven't you been telling me for months that I don't count? Exactly. I'm calling Ruben to see if he's still coming.
Fine. Call Sandwich Guy.
Oh, voicemail. Hey Ruben, it's Sarah, Rick Beckley's producer.
Whoa, Sarah. You want a shovel?
What? A shovel for what?
To pick up that huge name you just dropped.
Oh, this isn't happening to me. Ruben, give me a call and let me know if you're still coming. Thanks.
Well, apparently we have some time to kill.
Yeah, you know, I've been wondering why exactly you became a reporter.
Oh, that's easy. I was about 12 years old and I was riding my bike around the block I grew up on, when all of a sudden some bully showed up and pushed me off my bike and took it.
Wow, that's actually kind of sad. Who was the bully?
Abigail Delaney.
Wait, you got your bike stolen by a girl?
Hey, she was big for 6.
Okay.
Anyways, I went to her house and I asked her why she stole my bike, and she said because she didn't have a bike. I asked her if she was ever planning on getting a bike of her own, and she said her parents kept telling her no. I asked her if I could have my bike back. She said no. I said please. Then she kicked me in the shin. What? I only cried a little bit. Anyways, as I was walking home, I realized that I had just technically conducted my first interview. I got home and asked my mom for a tape recorder, and I've been hooked ever since.
Oddly enough, coming from you, that's actually kind of a sweet story, Rick.
Thank you.
Well, I don't think he's coming, and it's officially dark out.
What was that?
Huh?
Give me the mic, I just saw something. Wait, there's another one.
Here.
This is Rick Beckley, and I'm standing in the middle of Logan's Grove, and I'm seeing some bizarre lights in the sky, or something. I've seen a blue light zip across the sky, followed by a red fiery mass. Oh man, there is a green dish-shaped object in the sky right now heading in my direction, and I can barely make out something encircling it and slightly trailing the object. Now, I'm no UFOologist, but it looks like a tracker beam.
Rick, that's a...
Sarah? Sarah! Great, she's missing. She's gone. She must have been beamed up. That was definitely a UFO, I'm sure of it. Sarah! Oh, not until I find out what happened to her. This is Rick Beckley, KUSA 9, News at 9. Saving the world, one story at a time. Back to the studio. Man, I am exhausted after all that excitement and yelling. I need a nap. Hope you guys got all that. I don't think that's ever going to happen again anytime soon. Oh, great, Sarah. You left your bags in the back of the van. You slob.
Well, I'm sure Sarah just got tired of Rick and wandered off somewhere. I'm sure someone will tell me I need to tell you that those lights were probably just a cloud of swamp gas or a weather balloon. Venice, what do you have in the mailbag this time around?
Oh, Beatrice, this time I have some beautiful questions from readers I'd like to address. Spatula stud, oh my, you can flip my flatjacks anytime.
What? I wasn't talking to anyone, Horace. Go back to your show.
Gleeful Gibbon, Anja says,
Arf, arf, yep, yippity, yip, 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 arf, yip, yip.
Hysterical Llama, I know you consider it to be a compliment, but he obviously doesn't think his hair looks like your cousin Frank after a good molt. Submissive Panda, he's right. Giving him a safe word in Welsh when he has trouble pronouncing consonants goes beyond heightening the experience. Next time he leaves the seat up, just use saran wrap, it won't leave marks.
We're still not sure if and when we're going to get confirmation regarding the news release hinted at the top of the show. So in the meantime, I'd like to bring you some encouraging news from the Tri-Counties. Between the conjecture shared by Mr. Harold Smith, Easy Q for you pixie stick snorters, and some of the members of our stand-in mysterious government entity, coupled with religious factions spreading their own version of the cause of the mass disappearances this summer, people around the area have been understandably on edge. Reports have been coming in, and it seems that as a result of this uncertainty, that the churches are benefiting. Congregation membership is skyrocketing across all denominations and variations of Christian, Muslim, and Jewish communities.
That's right, Beatrice. In the news business, we sometimes spend too much time focused on the negative news that keeps listeners glued to our programming so that we can report impressive numbers to current and potential sponsors. Well, this time it's something light, positive, and even encouraging. All across the Tri-Counties, parishioners are pouring into their respective churches and pouring their hard-earned cash into the coffers, which are reportedly bursting at the seams. New audiovisual equipment, massive high-definition screens, stadium seating, gymnasiums, and general building expansions are being funded at record rates. From what we've been told, many of the Tri-Counties churches are struggling to spend the cash that's coming in. In fact, one of the most positive elements of the story, the Catholic Archdiocese and Barbecued Flavored Birdseed Company has announced the largest tax-protected purchase in history. They have bought every single hospital, clinic, and women's health facility in the area.
Yep. Apparently, all of your health decisions will now be directed by the institution that believes unwed grown men and women need to refrain from the most natural act for humans if they are to serve their church, and that prophylactics are the antithesis of healthy sexual activity. One can only imagine what the future of sex education, outreach, and end-of-life matters will be for residents of the Tri-Counties.
And hallelujah! I, for one, am excited by all these changes and improvements in how decisions, from our governing body to our physical bodies, are now going to be made. This broadcast was brought to you by Legos, your one-stop resource for interlocking plastic stackables that will remind you of when you didn't have a care in the world. Money problems? Has your wife fallen in love with a coworker? Maybe your kids have taken you for granted for years. With our new line of plastic joy toys, all of your worries melt away. You can get back in touch with that child inside you with any one of our extensive product lines. From the oldie but goodie Indianus Jones to the hip, culturally relevant if not awkwardly cross-generational kid magician Harry Palmer and the Wizard of Stone Skeptics. We have just the pleasure plaything you need. Place your order by calling 555-653-7378 today. Our staff, all of whom have achieved at least a 2200 on their SATs, but who also find themselves competitively unemployable, are standing by to assist you.
Well, don't be too excited, Jake. Confirmation has just come in on the news we received earlier.
What? No. No! That's not how it's... This isn't how it's supposed to go. This isn't how it's supposed to be. It can't be! I'm a chosen one. I'm chosen.
Yep, afraid so, buddy and co-host. Listeners, we can now confirm reports from the MGE and what was becoming a bright day for Jake and many residents of the Tri-Counties may have just become overcast with a 100% chance of doom and gloom. Officials have confirmed that the cause of the mass disappearances of nearly half the populations of the Tri-Counties, and it's bleak. The official release confirms that on August 10th, 2015, the rapture happened, causing the disappearance of hundreds of millions of people around the world, shutting down virtually all infrastructure, incapacitating governments, and destroying life as we know it. What this means is unclear, but we can now confirm that if you're hearing this broadcast, you were not one of the chosen ones like you may have thought you were. And since Jake is catatonic, I will close the broadcast with this. In this festive season, remember to be kind to each other. Be understanding. Be considerate. because we are in this all alone now, and we are all we have. As our parting gift to you for your listenership in our inaugural post-rapture season, and in the spirit of the season, we would like to leave you with a song. We've gathered together some of the staff and guest interviews from our first season for this special thank you to you, the faithful listener. Before we go, the entire staff at KUSA 9 News at 9 wishes you and yours a wonderful and safe holiday season. We'll see you in January, we hope. Until then, this is Beatrice Johnson reminding you to stay calm, and calm we shall stay. Tyler, you want me to what? Sing this? Tyler, you know I only sing in the shower, and only for you. Okay, fine, but I'm doing this my way. Okay?
I really like Christmas. It's sentimental
fluff, and like I'm all about the facts. And the fact is, you know, I'm not religious at all.
I'm hardly religious. I'd rather break bread
And
with
Dawkins is way cooler than people like Desmond Tutu and the Pope. Who wants to hang out with those old farts?
And yes, we have all of the usual objections to commercialism,
that's pretty crappy.
consumerism, and like the commercialization of an ancient religion, to the westernization of a dead Palestinian press ganged into selling PlayStations and beer.
But I can.
But I still really like it. You know?
Because I don't, you know.
I'm looking forward to Christmas.
Though I'm not expecting a visit from Jesus.
He has risen.
He's not even real, you guys. Do you understand that?
Yeah, we know, Andy. We all know.
I'll be seeing my dad, my brothers and sisters, my gran, and my mom. They better be drinking white wine in the sun.
I'll be seeing my dad, my brothers and sisters, and
my gran and my mom.
They'll be drinking lead-filtered water in the sun.
I prefer red myself, thank you.
I don't go in for ancient accusations. I do enjoy watching believe that there's ancient alien marathons. They're really good. They're very informative. I think we need to they're great documentaries, I think.
I get freaked out by churches.
They're beautiful.
Some of the hymns that they sing, they have nice quads, but the lyrics, they're spooky. And yes, I have all the usual objections to the miseducation of children who, in tax-exempt institutions, are taught to externalize blame and to feel ashamed and to judge things as plain right or wrong.
I went to a private Catholic school.
But I quite like the songs. I'm not expecting big presents.
I'm not expecting big presents.
No combination of
no combination of socks and jocks and chocolate cake is fine by me.
Cause I'll be seeing my dad. My brothers and sisters, my gran
and let's just go to the fire and we'll just drink that wine. And it's not really the sun, it's
I'll be seeing my dad.
You know what? That's okay.
My brothers
it's cozy
and sisters,
and
my gran
I like it
my
a heck of a lot
mom.
better than this Christmas stuff.
We'll be
So
drinking white
yeah,
wine
let's go drink some
in
wine.
the sun.
Okay?
Sounds like your family has an alcohol problem.
And you, my baby girl.
And you, my baby girl. You're gonna take this little drinky drink. It's gonna be fine. And then we're gonna hand you around my room. And no one's gonna know nothing. Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. We
Such
gotta go.
irresponsible parenting.
But you want to understand, and you're gonna learn though. You're gonna learn that someday
That the government
that whatever you are,
is trying to
whatever you
control
face,
your mind.
These
They're doing
These
it with
people,
chemtrails.
these are the people
They're doing it with
who
GMOs.
make you feel safe.
You can't just
in the
fall
world.
prey to that stuff.
Give you a false sense of security.
Gray agenda.
Why would you lie to your children?
Baby girl, you know, if my baby girl is 21 or 31, and Christmas comes around, and you find yourself 9,000 miles from home, probably miles from home. Whatever comes, whatever comes.
Seriously, we're in the middle of an alien invasion.
Could I have a sip of that wine?
Your brothers and sisters, your aunts and your uncles, your grandparents, your cousins, and me and your mom. I killed them all. We'll be waiting for you in the sun.
Alien invasion on our doorsteps, and you don't even care. You don't even care. You're just singing that stupid song. What's wrong with you people?
Everybody's coming. We're all gonna be there. It's gonna be fine. We'll all be there. We'll be drinking.
I'd actually like some too myself.
Drinking white wine in the sun.
Yeah.
In the sun.
Andy, have you ever noticed Mom drinks a lot? Like a real
Shut
lot.
up, Max.
All this waiting for you,
giving me flashbacks.
You in the sun.
What are you waiting for? Come on, wine. Kill me,
son.
Waiting for you in the sun. You know,
I'm not. I'll just go wait
for you. We're all gonna be waiting a long time.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
I could wait until the stars burn out. I really like Christmas. It's sentimental. I know. I just really do.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hoo-ha! Ho, 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 ho! The Atheist Apocalypse Podcast is a pulsating production. You can find more information and links to support the show's Patreon campaign at www.atheistapocalypse.com. Today's episode was written and edited by Paul Sading, Brian Bristol, Jeff Renutsis, Jay Crawford, Dan Cocola, and Deborah McTaggart. It was produced by Brian Bristol. Music was created by Jason Camo. All artwork on our YouTube channel was created by Lucy D. The voice of Venice was Donna Shell. All advertiser memes were created by Nancy Drew. All KUSA 9 studio logos were created by Greenlight Creative Design and Communication Studio. You can find more information at greenlightstudio.co. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Atheist Apocalypse Podcast and follow us on Twitter at AA Podcast Show. We would like to thank each and every one of you who supports the show to keep it alive and well, which is more than we can say about this post-apocalyptic world we've created for you. And that elf on the shelf mother... I'm gonna kick his...